said, I've never really dated anybody younger. Maybe I should. I'm off the dating app for a little while because I met someone outside of the dating app. And not even 30 days later, back.
When I meet people, they definitely don't say that they don't believe that I'm about to be 50, which I am. You know what I'm saying? I need you to get on that roller coaster with me without you having a heart attack because you on them damn high blood pressure.
Days to 60, and I am not too old.
Dating at 40 is hard. This is some hard shit because I feel like I'm stepping in a pile of dog doo-doo.
Welcome to episode 2 of Dating is Dumb, and these apps are ridiculous, and I can't stand it here in Charlotte, and this doesn't make any sense, and I think I might be single forever. So I was off the dating app for a little while because I met someone outside of the dating app, and not even 30 days later, back.
Welcome to the new world.
This is terrible. And so I put myself back on the dating app yesterday. And it wasn't even 15 minutes. Not even 15 minutes. My profile says, among other things, please have more to say than just good morning, what you doing, something else. Because some of y'all are just on here because you're bored. It kind of shows. So the very first message says, how are you? But not the words. HRU. That's it. You know what my response was? Are you being funny? I was blocked. I said, okay, come on. Let's do this. I'm ready. I'm ready, y'all. Okay? I'm grown. It's 2025. Cheetos is back in office. Let's do this. I got time today. Fast forward, a few minutes later, have another conversation. Conversation is going pretty good. Okay. This is somebody that was younger. And I said, I've never really dated anybody younger. Maybe I should. Not too much younger, like a couple years, 2 years.
The only hope.
2 years. And so, he tells me he's a full-time dad and he's got his son for the day, and they're going to go and go to Dave & Buster's, and ask me some questions prior to that, how are you single, and, so blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, yeah, and I'll be free around 7, 8 later today, and I'm going to go to the ABC store, and do you play cards? And I just thought to myself, well, why are you telling me that you're going to go to the ABC store? That's nice. And then asked me if I would like to come over to his house and we can play cards, and I can share his address as if I need your permission to do that.
She's trying to be a young modern woman in her 40s. You want love, lady. You know what? It's actually too late for you. Look how stuck in your ways you are. You guys see it.
Share his address for, my location sharing, and I can even share it with the police. Ha ha ha. I said, I'm all, well, first off, thank you for the invite.
She wants dinner.
Hats off to you, being a full-time dad of a teenage kid. That's not an easy job. And I'm all for free and light meet and greets and first dates. That's cool. However, I'm not comfortable with it being at your house. So maybe we can do something another day, or another day, another night, whatever. And this man says, are you sure that's your final answer? You sure you want to pass up on my illustrious offer? Well, Happy New Year. It's 2025. Maybe I'll catch you on the rebound. And just in case you change your mind, here's my phone number. I had to read it a few times. I said, are you high? Am I sure that I don't want to go to a perfect stranger's?
You see how she cried in the beginning of the video? It was very telling. Then she says, "Are you high?" She thought about it. I knew she thought about it. She thought about it because sometimes she hit a little lonely. That's how she's feeling.
House for a first date for cards and drinks. Intelligent
That's
grown women
hood.
don't operate like this, boo. Maybe you should stick to under 40, because what the. And I said, I'm good. I'm going to pass. You have a wonderful evening, though. And P.S., this is why I'm single.
Am I the problem then? Is it me?
And then I blocked him. I don't even want to know what your response is.
You see something? She wants to get the pick of the litter. She thinks she deserves a man that makes a certain amount, a man a certain height. All of them do. And you don't qualify for these guys. Lady, you're over 40. So when you say I'm going to be single forever, I say, yes, you are. Because you want everything. And you want a man to do it. Let me tell you this. Guys, this sounds like a guy that has been tied up for quite a while, who hasn't been in the date market. You haven't even noticed that. Maybe you should have said that. I know you haven't dated for a while, but maybe you should take me out to eat. Proposition him. How about we go up this Friday? You know, you take me out somewhere light. Be okay with Chili's. How about you take me to Chili's? Suggest it. He either says yes or no. And you wonder why you're single. You don't know how to talk it up. You should have identified the man is not taking girls out on dates and talk that up. See, smart ladies will talk it up, but I'll move on to the next one. I'll move on. I'm expecting her to be smart, right? I'm foolish. Sorry about that.
All right, I got a question. So, most people who follow me, or if you read my post, it says 49ish, my hashtag, or it's countdown to 50. So, I don't think I look like I'm about to be 50. And when I meet people, they definitely don't say that they don't believe that I'm about to be 50, which I am. I got good genes. So, with that being said, where are the men that are, close to 50 that still look like they're in their 40s or late 30s? Where y'all at? Huh? Drop down in the comments. Where y'all at? So I either get approached by men that are like 53, 54, 55, and they look like they that age or even older.
Oh, man.
Or I get approached by the young guys. So I don't want anybody that's in their 20s, because I have been recently approached for that, and we already know what y'all want. So you can keep it moving with that. But anyway, where are the men at? The real men, gentle men, that's a little bit older, that look younger. Where y'all at?
Life in peace.
She wants her cake and eat it too.
To my other video for where are the older men who look younger. So I also need you to like to do young things that I like to do. So I like to run, jump, slide, ride roller coasters. You know what I'm saying? I need you to get on that roller coaster with me without you having a heart attack because you on them damn high blood pressure pills. You know what I'm saying? So I need somebody
That's just something, guys.
older but younger,
Wow.
who's still in good health too. So I need you to be able to keep up. So run, jump, slide, scream on the roller coasters with me. Have fun, dress young, be young, and be a gentleman. Okay? Can you do that? Drop in the comments. Let me see what you look like.
Doesn't understand. She still needs to get on a man's program. What do I mean? Right? I'm in my 40s. My wife. We do things together. But I don't go to get no damn roller coasters. I haven't been to a park like that in so long. I don't do those things. I focus on progress. You, yes, even at your age, you would have to help a man focus on progress. I'm sorry, I'm different. Right? So the kind of men that you want, you're not on their level. The guys you want that are young, they're CEOs, They're exercising. They look like they're 30, but they're in tip-top shape, and you don't fit the bill. Right? You think you look young, but you got a ton of makeup on. I see your eyebrows are done. I can see the flaws. Why? They're hidden with makeup. Like, I don't have any makeup on. So let me see your real face without the makeup and see how young you really look. I bet you look at least late 30s, early 40s at that time. Right? But you still requesting a man not be on high blood pressure pills. Look, check her out.
And you just know nobody can tell you nothing because you know you.
5'3",
Well,
178.
this is the dress that I need you to go get. The dress
Overweight.
Okay. 6
Look at this.
all
Definitely more than 178.
I got on a large. This is a bodycon dress. It's soft. It's sexy. It's gonna sell out.
Nope. See? She thinks she deserves it all and deserves nothing.
Dating at 40 is hard. This is some hard because I feel like I'm stepping in a pile of dog doo-doo. Dog doo-doo. These men don't know what they want, where they're going. They want to be babysit. I can't deal with that. I need a real man.
At 40, I need a real man. What happened in your 30s and 20s? Like, what happened then? You rode a carousel just like the last lady. All of you have. Or you divorced men. Like, it's crazy. Listen to this next lady. Listen to her.
This is their mindset. I was in the lounge at the airport in Mexico City. This guy stopped me and just wanted to chit chat. He was older, good looking dude. Told me he had a baby on the way. I said, wow. He said, and he had a 3-year-old. I said, do you mind me asking how old you are? 62. He's 62 years old. He then told me that, I said, is this your first marriage? Oh yeah, definitely his first marriage. He said that he was having too much fun with the ladies. And then at the age of 55, he decided that it was time to settle down. And he found a little wife, young wife, who was 36 years old. He then also told me that I should freeze my eggs, even though I...
This man, listen to where he's at. He's in Mexico City. Sounds like he went across them borders, got a little Mexican girl, turned into a passport bro / expat like myself. Probably was throwing slanders at you. She didn't see it. She didn't see it. The man was a passport bro / expat, threw slanders at her. She didn't even get it. He probably saw the age on you. So let me throw a little bit of salt in the wound. And she didn't understand. Yeah, he lived a life of a bachelor. A lot of guys dream of that life. I enjoyed a married life a little earlier because I had fun a lot earlier. I had fun a lot earlier. So yes, I got married earlier, but still, I wasn't that early. Maybe 32, 34, I think. But yeah, the guy threw salt in the woman. She didn't even see it.
I already told him I didn't want kids. He said, I may wake up and change my mind and meet a nice fellow. So I'm supposed to freeze my eggs while I'm waiting for somebody in their 60s to decide that they want kids. Seriously? So this is what we're dealing with here. This is the problem. This is the problem.
This is the problem. She doesn't even realize what just happened.
Onto this, and it's hard to do it without crying, so I'm going to really try and keep it together. I was 38. I had a 1.5-year-old, a 7-year-old. I lost my job. I lost my dad. I got divorced. And I really thought that my world was over.
No. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that because you divorced him and you're in your 40s, maybe you divorced them because you went through menopause. That's the thing. I think they need to test if a woman's going through menopause and say no, you can't get divorced. We're gonna stop that because you're probably making a bad decision. But still, you can't act like the victim right now. Got divorced. And
the reason I'm crying now is because
why?
my belief system was that if I didn't have those things, if I lost the things that I was supposed to have,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
then I was worthless. And I didn't belong and I didn't deserve. And it's taken me a long time, but I understand now that happiness is a choice. And my life is far from perfect. By societal standards, it is far from perfect. Things are still hard a lot of the time. But I've learned to choose happiness, and you can too. You can choose it. It's a choice. You can choose to live in the mindset and the belief system that you've always had, or you can choose something different. And I know it feels impossible, but it's not. It's just not. It's not. And I can tell you that only because I've come through it. Not because I'm sitting here on my high horse living this amazing life that anybody would be jealous of, but because I still live in the shit sometimes, but I'm okay, and I love myself and I love my life, and you can too. You just have to choose it.
Yeah, but the pool chairs. You love yourself and love your life. I hear you. You're struggling to say it though. You're struggling to show it, not say it. You are struggling to say it too because you're crying. You're struggling to show it though.
So I just got stood up. He hasn't called. He hasn't said a word. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have dinner all by my beautiful self in Jesus' mighty name.
Dinner by herself in Jesus' name.
Okay, I think I might end up deleting this, but I'm going to just put it out there. I think I'm really struggling with adult loneliness. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I suppose since 2020 really, since the pandemic when we all locked ourselves away, it gave me a chance to really reflect on who I am and what I've been going through, and I've had a lot of health battles over those 5 years, which I've really successfully started to find my way with. I don't really know why I'm kind of saying this on here, really. I don't know if anyone will even see it, but I feel like you shouldn't say that if you've got so much other stuff happening in your life. And I suppose coming on here, I've wanted to sort of reach out and meet other people, but you don't really meet them because they're online. And how do you do that? How do you even go and meet people in your adult life? Your family is so busy and important. I've done a lot of clubs as a young person and been involved, but they don't really interest me at the moment, and I don't want to compete with people. I've never been about that. I like a lot of the groups that I used to do a lot of drama with and dramatic stuff on stage. You would find, even though you make really good friends, you feel like there's an element of competition there, and I don't want to compete with people. I want to be alongside people and enjoy each other's company, just because you enjoy each other's company. I don't really know where I'm going with this, and it feels a bit silly to say it. I don't even know why I'm saying it. I don't know what I'm hoping will happen, but maybe, I don't know, other people might feel the same. It might resonate with someone else.
Wow. Okay, so I made this video yesterday. So I got on TikTok this week, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna kind of make TikTok like my open diary. Turning 60 and putting it out there and seeing if other women felt like or even guys too. It don't just have to be girls. It could be men getting older too, and seeing what they're going through, or divorced people like starting over, older, like trying to figure life out. So instead of having posting these stupid little few-second videos or getting all glammed up, making you think my life's all like wonderful and ooh, look at her. I thought I'd just get on here and be real and just start just talking, just talk to myself, because I don't really have conversations like that with anybody. So y'all are like my I don't know. You're the book that I'm writing my stuff in, but I'm just being vocal about it. So, and then maybe it helps somebody too, because maybe like I said, you guys, obviously it hit a nerve me putting that out there yesterday about being lonely on the weekend, and there's over 24,000 people that looked at it, and I got a lot of good responses back, like a lot of ladies that feel the same way I do. I'm in bed, can you tell? I just washed my face and I came back to bed because it's raining, and I like to watch Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley, and I like Willie Geist on Channel 26, so I watch him first, and then I switch over to that, and then I watch Dateline. So anyhow, it's yucky outside, so I was like, I ain't making the video. I'm gonna hop back on here. I'm gonna get on TikTok because my husband just went to over to the nursing home to take the pimento cheese sandwiches that he didn't take yesterday. So he's over there this morning to check on her to make sure that they got her dressed and that she's okay. So we're going to talk about nursing homes next, because I got a whole conversation about that. But anyways, he didn't make it over there, so he's over there now. So I got a lot of responses about people that agreed with me, saying they're going the exact same thing. I'm preaching to the choir, oh my God, I'm talking to myself, or I thought I wrote this, or I thought that was me on there. And then I had a few of you out there that are like, oh, stop feeling sorry for yourself. It's Memorial Weekend, whatever. Yeah.
I'm not going to believe this, but I have something interesting to share with you. Because of my age, I'm 56. I'm going to be 57 very soon. And I have a lot of friends my age and a little bit older. And I have recognized something that I think we should talk about. A lot of women my age who find themselves single and then they end up in another relationship, right away they say, oh, I don't want to get married. I understand that. They got burned in the first episode. They don't really want to do it again. I totally get it. But I'm sitting back and kind of taking notice that a lot of my lady friends live with men in their home, in the men's home, and they contribute to it. And financially, the roof needs to be repaired, they pitch in. This needs to be taken care of, they pitch in. The homeowner's insurance for the year, maybe they cover that. The household expenses, they split all that. And they say to me, oh, well, no, we go 50-50. Okay. In this man's home, you going 50-50. Girl, stop that. Because recently, a lady that I'm acquaintances with, so I'm not going to tell you that we're, tight bosom buddy friends, but we're acquaintances. About 4 months ago, her live-in boyfriend that she was living with, he passed away. She's in her mid-60s. I think he was 71 or 72, and he had passed away. And she lived in his house and had been for about 10 years. Well, this lady never wanted to get married. So she wasn't married to him, and she was like, oh no, I'm never getting married again, And she said it was because of her retirement and her pension. It would change if she was married, and totally. There's always good reasons, okay? I'm not against the not being married part, but she wasn't married, and they didn't have any legal paperwork drawn up, and between them, financial agreements of any kind. They just, went 50-50, which all sounds fine, right? Well, he passed away, and about 30 days after he passed away, his adult children who lived out of state. Now I want to also mention that he had not been sickly. Okay, she wasn't nursing him. He was apparently not as fit as a fiddle, but for all intents purposes, he was fit as a fiddle. So they were contributing, the work around the house, the taking care of the yard, the finances, everything they were contributing together, 50-50. Well, he passed away, and about a month after he passed away, his children that she has met, obviously, they've been living together for over a decade, but they lived out of state. They seen him for a week in the summer and every other Christmas, that kind of thing. And she had a pleasant, kind, caring relationship with his children and his grandchildren, and all seemed lovely and adorable. Well, he passed away. That's important. Okay? Remember her age. He has passed away, and a month after that, his children had decided they were going to sell his house. And she had 60 more days to get out. They were kind enough to give her 60 more days to move. Pack your shit and get out. She's in the midst right now of having to start completely over. Find a new place. She wasn't prepared for a big down payment. She's on a fixed income now in her retirement. And so borrowing money is not for a house. A mortgage isn't really on her list of things she wants to do. So she's looking to rent an apartment, or maybe a house, a small house that she can take care of by herself, but a lease. Have y'all thought about that? Have y'all thought about this 50-50 living together? We're not going to get married and sharing a house? Have y'all thought about that? It's been on my mind a lot the past 10 days, 2 weeks, because this circle of friends of mine, everybody's discussing what a horrible, uncomfortable situation this lady is in. And there's nothing she can do about it. He left his house to his children, and they chose that they want to sell it. What? Woo-wee, I would not want to be in that situation. Would you? What should she have done?
Hot take, but I am a single 40-year-old woman. I have not been on a date in almost a year, and the longer I go without going on a date, the less I want to go on a date. My fellow older single women, we're talking 40 plus. Let me know if I'm alone here, because something about being older and being so comfortable with yourself and your own company and valuing your peace so much, I feel like I would just have to be so interested in someone to even entertain the idea of disrupting that. Let me know if I'm alone here, because I don't think I am.
Days to 60, and I am not too old. As I just heard some young so-called relationship coach say, he was like, if you are in your, once again, here we go, 40s, 50s, 60s and up, he was like, everybody at some point feels like they're too old. If you're 90, you want to be 80. If you're 50, you want to be 40. Let me tell you something. I am excited for every second, minute, hour, and day that is on the way towards 60. I don't want to go back to 50, and Lord knows I do not want to go back to 40, because in order to have life and wisdom, one must have aging. And I am not willing to give up my life and wisdom to go back 10 years just to be cute. I don't see the benefit of it. But when it comes to dating, a young man, 60 is not too old. Baby, you better find out. We are just like fine wine. We are like well-aged scotch, aged food. We get better with time.
When younger guys try and approach older women, they always tend to be a little bit more aggressive with their approach, right? So I was recently picking up my mail at the mailbox, and the postal carrier, which was a noticeably younger looking guy, was in the process of putting the mail in. Excuse me, would you mind if I, just get my mail out? It's been some time since I've picked up my mail. He was just like, sure, you just have to prove that your key fits the said number that you claim to be your box. I give him my box number. I proceed to open up my, not open up my box, but I proceed to put my key in so that way he knows that the number that I gave him is in fact mine. He says, why do you have so much mail? Like, when was the last time you came and checked your mail? And I'm like, to be honest with you, it's literally, probably about a week or so. And he said, well, you ain't got nobody to come pick up your mail for you? And I'm like, no, I don't. It's just me. The conversation leads to, well, would you like somebody to come and pick up your mail for you and deliver it to you? And I said, sir, you look a little too young for me. How old are you? And I know that could be somewhat of a rude question to ask, but let's be realistic. If you super young, it's no need for me to talk to you anyway. So he proceeds to tell me that he's 34 years old. And I said, baby, I'm almost 48. I have no business with a 34-year-old because it would only be for a good time and not a long time.
Jay Benjamin, a little personal message for you today. I'm almost 40 years old and I'm not married and I don't have children. And this comes with a sense of judgment from others who believe that I haven't yet fulfilled my destiny, if you will. People who believe that there's a mission that I have, to be married and have children, and I haven't done that yet. So to many people, there's something lacking and something missing in my life. And this message is for you. If you're also in the same boat, if you're 40, in your 40s, almost 40, and you haven't yet got married, or you don't have children, or you don't intend to. So here's what I want you to know. When people meet me, it's one of the first questions I get. Are you married? Do you plan on getting married? Do you have children? Are you dating? People are very interested in my relationship status. Nobody asks if I'm healthy, if I'm happy, if I'm fulfilled, if I have a good life, if all is going well. But my relationship status seems to be at the top of the priority list as far as questions are. And I don't blame people, nor do I get angry with people, because I understand that this comes from centuries of expectation of a woman and of people at our age. So I understand that for many people, I have not yet done what I'm supposed to do, which is get married and have children. And here's what I want you to know. I'm not lacking in any department, my friends. I'm very happy, I'm very fulfilled, and I'm very content.
We do not care.
Do I believe in relationships? Absolutely. I believe that relationships are important, they're crucial. I believe that we're not meant to be alone necessarily. I believe that having a partner is wonderful. If you're with the partner that builds you, if you're with a partner that complements you at the level of your soul, if you're with somebody that really connects with who you are and doesn't change who you are. So that's wonderful. If you have that and if you can find it, great. Being alone does not mean we're unhappy.
You're born alone and you die alone, and this world just drops a bunch of rules on top of you to make you forget those facts, but I never forget.
Does not mean that we're sad and that we're looking online all day trying to find somebody. I'm not looking for anything in particular right now. I have a really good life and I'm very happy and successful. And here's something else. I've worked incredibly hard for the life that I now enjoy. My life is read like a novel. There have been incredible highs, but even worse lows. And all of that has helped me to be shaped into the woman that I am today. The woman that I am today is self-made.
Like a man.
I put my blood, sweat, and tears into who I've become. Nobody's done it for me. No one's handed it to me. And there is no man that has provided for me. Not that it's wrong if a man provides for you, but I've done this on my own. And I'm incredibly proud of myself. So I'm not lacking. Don't be worried about me. I'm really, really good. And when the time comes that I do want to settle down with somebody, it would be because I'm ready for that at that time in my life with the right person. It's very important for me to stress that. So I thought I'd share this for everybody else who feels less than in the company of your married friends, who feels less than when you with your friends who have children, because they might make you feel less than because you don't have it. We each have our own path. I'm on my own path in this world, and that's not shaped and colored by anybody else's experience or anybody else's expectations of me. So I'm sharing this. It's very personal, it's very bare, but you know I'm quite transparent with you. But know that I'm happy. Happiness is the pursuit of life, I believe, more than anything. Some of us are in relationships where we're deeply unhappy, troubled. Some are in relationships where you're being abused and you stay.
I'm going to stop it right there. You sound like and you look like that sweater on. What am I gonna say? You look like a man. Remember that from what was that from? Friday, I think one of those movies. You look like a man. You sound like a man. Feminism has did a number on her and all of these older women as well. Because now some of them are starting to realize it's too late. It's too late to apologize. Your time is up.
It's too late. It's too late.
Over 27, unmarried, female. What do you call this lady? We call them 剩女, which means leftover women.